Marjorie Taylor Greene in her press conference this morning said something incredibly dangerous and incredibly reckless about me, talking about my demeanor as being aggressive and saying that she feels intimidated by me.
I had to have so much security. There was not enough. I was swarmed. It's all on video. Everyone can see this. But I will tell you what's on video is Jamal Bowman shouting at the top of his lungs, cursing, calling me a horrible, calling me a white supremacist, which I take great offense to. That is like calling a person of color the N-word, which should never happen.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Calling me a white supremacist is equal to that, and that is wrong.
I mean, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a QAnon-loving, conspiracy-spewing, bigoted duck.
You guys been following 4chan. Q is a patriot. We know that.
And who is the face of this effort? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marge held a train wreck of a press conference today to once again complain about her treatment when she flew to New York for 6 minutes in a desperate attempt to score a gold star with her cult leader.
Marjorie Taylor Greene needs to take her ass back to Washington and do something about gun violence, do something about affordable housing, do something about childhood poverty.
I mean, it still baffles me. What did she expect? New Yorkers would lay out the red carpet for someone who literally peddled the conspiracy that 9/11 was a hoax.
9/11, right? We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon.
But anyway, in her recent QAnon Karen stunt, she wants to call the manager on Representative Jamal Bowman, and even played the reverse racism card. I mean, she's just ticking all the boxes.
I had to have so much security. There was not enough. I was swarmed. It's all on video. Everyone can see this. But I will tell you what's on video is Jamal Bowman shouting at the top of his lungs, cursing, calling me a horrible, calling me a white supremacist, which I take great offense to. That is like calling a person of color the N-word, which should never happen. Calling me a white supremacist is equal to that, and that is wrong. Jamal Bowman was down there cursing at me, telling me to get the F out of there, and he was leading the mob right outside the vehicle I was sitting in. We have this all on video. And then on the Capitol steps yesterday, he was the one that approached me. Even CNN reported that. Yelling, shouting, raising his voice. He has aggressive, his physical mannerisms are aggressive. And he just recently shoved Thomas Massey just outside the House chamber. I think there's a lot of concern about Jamal Bowman. So, and I am concerned about it. I feel threatened by him. He not only led a mob there, but his boisterous lies. And I'll tell you another thing he said outside there. He was saying, save your party. I kept telling him, no, save the country. It's not about political parties. We shouldn't care about political parties. We should care about the country, because no matter what our political beliefs are, Jamal Bowman, I don't know what his political beliefs are. I know what mine are, but we both swore an oath to serve the country here in Congress as representatives. So I am very concerned about Jamal Bowman, and he's someone that people should watch.
Marjorie Taylor Greene in her press conference this morning said something incredibly dangerous and incredibly reckless about me, talking about my demeanor as being aggressive and saying that she feels intimidated by me. Unfortunately, this country has a history of characterizing black men who are outspoken, who stand their ground, and who push back as being threatening or intimidating. So she's not even using a dog whistle. She's using a bullhorn to put a target on my back to the people that she refers to as MAGA people out there who might want to cause harm. This is the same reason why Mike Brown was killed. This is one of the reasons why Emmett Till was killed. And throughout history, black men have continued to be characterized as aggressive because, one, because of our skin color, but two, because we happen to be outspoken and passionate about certain issues.
So do you think what you said was racist?
It's reckless and dangerous what she said, okay? Characterizing me, in my interaction with her yesterday, I never invaded her personal space. I was laughing and gregarious the entire time. How was that intimidating? What was intimidating about that? So she goes to a press conference today and say that she's intimidated by me and my mannerisms are aggressive. Anyone who's interacted with me, anyone who knows me, even reporters here, know I'm middle school principal energy. I'm always loving and engaging and friendly, except when kids are being killed in our streets. Everyone should be outraged about that. So do not conflate what my engagement with Representative Massey with my engagement with her yesterday. It was completely different. But she knows what she's doing when she does that. And unfortunately, white supremacists, historically, this is what they do. They try to dehumanize black people, black skin, and the black humanity so that they can be, more likely to be targeted for harm. So I just wanted to address that. And I was surprised that no one asked me about this when y'all first came to me with the media scrum. No one asked me directly about my reaction to her press conference. Framed it in all these other ways. And then went to Massey. That was 3 weeks ago, a month ago. We're talking about what happened yesterday and what happened this morning, and what she did was dangerous and reckless. I just wanted to say that to y'all for the record.
But this is what she does. She'll harass AOC outside of her office.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I'm an American citizen. I pay your salary through the taxes that you collect from me through the IRS. I'm a woman, I'm a female business owner, and I'm proud to be an American woman. And I do not support your socialist policies. If you want to be a big girl, you need to get rid of your diaper and come out and be able to talk to the American citizens.
Or follow a victim of a school shooting calling him a liar.
David, why are you supporting the red flag laws? If Scott Peterson, the resource officer at Parkland, had done his job, then Nicholas Cruz wouldn't have killed anybody in your high school, or at least protected them. Why are you supporting red flag gun laws that attack our Second Amendment right? You don't have anything to say for yourself? You can't defend your stance? How did you get over 30 appointments with senators? How'd you do that? How did you get major press coverage on this issue?
And even call for the execution of a fellow elected official.
Okay, stay tuned.
She's a traitor to our country. She's guilty of treason. She took an oath to protect American citizens and uphold our laws. And she gives aid and comfort to our enemies who illegally invade our land. That's what treason is. Exactly. And by our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death.
But when she's simply pressed on her own despicable behavior, the inner Karen comes out.
Becoming a member of Congress has made my life miserable. The nature of this job. It keeps members of Congress and senators in Washington so much of the time, too much of the time, to be honest with you, that we don't get to go home and spend more time with our families, our friends. I have people come up to me and say crazy things to me out of the blue in public places that they believe because they read it on the internet.
Lock him up! Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.MeidasTouch.com.